back to the book. At the end of January, just as I was beginning examinations, John Zier died of cancer after having been diagnosed only a short time earlier. In dying, he took part of my experience to his grave, and I felt cheated and betrayed that the man could no longer bear testimony to our ordeal. In early June of 1972, I awoke one morning and read in the newspaper that Captain Fred Suttle, a highly decorated Army combat veteran and college fraternity brother, had been killed in Vietnam. Later that summer, I got drunk at a cocktail party and embarrassed Tottie's parents and my mother by loudly announcing that I thought that President Nixon was up to his crotch, if not to his ears, in the shit from Watergate. I had already decided to support Senator George McGovern, but I was baffled that my family seemed more upset by my cocktail party accusations than by the carnage in Vietnam over which the president was presiding. In January 1973, an agreement ending the Vietnam War had been reached in Paris, and on January 28th, an official ceasefire ended the longest war in American history. In February, the first POWs, led by Captain Jeremiah Denton, began coming home, and for the next 7 weeks, a jaded and cynical public had its pride in its country rekindled by the sight of almost 600 American servicemen and civilian POWs being reunited with their families and expressing their joy at finally coming home. I confess to being almost resentful that the POWs were recognized so positively for their sacrifices, given automobiles, appliances, and free sports tickets. And as I watched them being showered with confetti, I wondered what had happened to my parade. That's an interesting contrast. I mean, obviously having Colonel Reeder and Charlie Plum on here, and they came home. That's when they came. That's them that he's talking about. And, clearly you see the footage of them coming home, and it was this big welcome, and like he said, parades, and here he was, in his situation, and he didn't get a parade.